Hey, I'm Curly, and I have a bit of a problem. I have this deck here, and it is for Kyoka, who I've been building since her support came out in Set 2. However, to sort of match her like hot girl aesthetic, I was hoping to use these Misaki sleeves from Vanguard 0. However, if you were to take a closer look at these sleeves, even in the packaging, you can see that this is bent. These sleeves are unfortunately super ultra bent here, and the problem is that I actually put some cards in these sleeves, thinking that maybe that'll straighten it out, and I actually started bending some of my cards. And it seems to be like something with some certain wave of Bushiroad sleeves, because I have several sleeves that have this sort of insane curvature, some not as bad as others, but some of them kind of match up here to what we've got. But this is definitely the worst offender so far. So I took to Twitter to ask and see if there were like any sort of ways to unbend these sleeves. And I got a couple of interesting options, and I figured, hey, why not try them all and see which one actually works? So the way that this is going to work is that we have these sleeves here, and I have several different ways of flattening them, unbending them, however you want to call it. I'm going to try out each and every one of these and see at the end of the day which one of these is the best method. Well, maybe not at the end of today, because a lot of these methods require a couple of days, so we'll check back a bit in the future. But first, let's run down all the methods that I have here. So first we have here just our control, essentially, which is just going to be the sleeves by themselves with nothing. Here's the top section of it, so you can see how bent they are. So first, a lot of these suggestions included using oversleeves. So I have a couple of them here to give us a good amount of variety. Starting off with the Japanese size Dragon Shield here. Not my favorite oversleeve at the moment, but I think I actually have a video coming out soon about just card game accessories. So that's one. Then next, our next contender here is going to be the Broccoli Emboss and Clear sleeves. And then I have the final one, which I don't have like the packaging of, but you'll see it here, which are the Yaomen Jr. Z, or Yaomen Z Jr. sleeves, one of those two, also referred to as the shards of glass in your bag. So with this, I have a couple of variations. So I have here the Dragon Shield sleeves. Here is the top section, so you can see how currently bent these are, and the sleeves we're trying to unbend, the Misaki sleeves. And then I also have here the Broccoli sleeves. Here's the top section, so you can see how these are bent so far. And then finally here we have the Yaomen Jr. sleeves. Here's your top cross section, so you can see how these are bent so far with nothing inside. But then we have some variations here with the cards inside. So this is again the Dragon Shield version. Here's your top cross section, so you can see how that looks so far. Here's the Broccoli version. Here's a look from above, so you can see how that's shaping up so far. And then finally, the Yaomen Jr. version. Here's a look from the top, so you can see how that's shaping up so far. Each with a card inside right now. And finally, our last for this specific batch is going to be just a card inside, no oversleeve. Here's your top cross section, so you can see how that looks so far. So these are all the variations that I have in terms of sleeving and all that kind of jazz. But these will fall under group 1, because there's two different ways, right? One section said to just do this, and that'll fix it. There's another section that essentially said, do this, but then also squish it with some sort of heavy weight. So we're going to do both of these and see which one's the best. So for our next group, we have the same ordeal here. We have a pair that does not have any card or oversleeve. We have the Dragon Shield with no card. We have the Broccoli here with no card, and the Yaomen Jr. with no card inside, followed up by the just a card inside, followed up with the Dragon Shield with a card inside, followed up with the Broccoli with a card inside, and finally the Yaomen Jr. with a card inside. For this specific group, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take them, and we're going to squish them under a heavy book and leave them there for a couple of days. Whereas like this group will be unsquished and will just remain as they are in a specific location, and we'll see which one of the two groups is the best and which one of them within those groups is also victorious. But then we have this last couple of trio here. These last three, I'm doing all of these in 3 just so we have, a good sample size. But the last one I have here is, we're going to do something a little special with this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these giant Berserk volumes here, and since they're quite heavy and pretty long, we're going to go ahead and grab each 3 of these books, and we're going to go over here underneath my computer table here. And as you'll see, I've laid out each of the cards flat. I'm going to put the books on top, but in addition, put some weights on top of them to weigh them down even more, and we're going to leave them there for a couple of days. Likewise, for the ones that we're not squishing, we're actually just going to go ahead and take them and put them in this deck box over here.
Sorry about that. I forgot to change the stinger. I think that one's still like really loud, right? Shoot. I'll do that next time. Sorry about that. That was anyways, hey everyone, how's it going? How's everyone doing on this fine Tuesday? I'm doing alright, I guess. You guys can hear me, right? Yeah, okay. I'm doing alright, I guess. Could be better, could be worse. Let's make sure we're using the right microphone. Yep, okay, cool. Sorry, a bit, I don't know if flustered is the right word, but just a bit off just because I was waiting for that preview to finish rendering, and I was doing a bunch of other shit before the stream, and then I got like sidetracked stuff. But we're good. We're back on track right now. And I hope everyone is doing alright. We are a few days after Divine Set 2 comes out. Or came out, I should say, in English. Hope you guys are able to get your stuff. The market looked scary at first, but it actually is looking pretty decent. I was able to get a lot of stuff, at least me initially, was able to get a lot of stuff that I wanted, really cheap. That includes Frenchette and Bifrons, to be honest. Of course, it could be better, but yeah. What's cooking? Fried fish. Oh, heck. Stop trying to fry these poor girls. Price, but at least, I mean, I don't know about overpriced. It's like, the last I saw it, it was like $12, which is honestly a steal. Like, a steal for that card. I don't know about overpriced. Sure, it might still be a lot of money, but considering where that card is gonna go, it is in a good spot. We're not hiring. I mean, I could be hiring. How you doing, bro? $2 from JP would have been preferable. Well, that would imply that we have the same sort of distribution and population density in the entirety rest of the world as they do in Japan, which is obviously literally impossible. You're building Vladimir? Yeah, so far I have because I opened a few boxes, so I ordered the missing pieces for Vladimir, which is basically like everything. I only managed to pull like two of the double rare, and then one of each triple rare. So I managed to get the rest of that. That was still, unfortunately, way more than I wanted to pay for that, but I'm not too surprised. And then I managed to get what is the other deck? I managed to pull 4 Liels, so that was nuts, so I don't have to pay for that. But I think that went down, I don't remember. So I bought the triple rare guy, because that's really all you need, right? So I managed to buy some of those for a decent price, and Zorga. I got Zorga and the Karma, so I'm going to be able to build those at least. The good thing about Zorga also is you literally just need Zorga and Karma from that set, and that's it. Like, it's really good that you don't need like the entirety, like you don't... Not that there was ever a deck that needed that many cards from a set that weren't like commons and rares, but like for Zorga, you literally just need from that set specifically those 2 cards. If you don't have the stuff before that, then, that's a whole different story. Now, when saying with Pixel Monsters, I already had full Bladmire with an SR. It's kind of ridiculous, but alright. The Pixel boxes do have completely different pull rates, so maybe not too ridiculous. I do want to get a lyrical deck eventually, but not sure what will be the main. Like for Dark States, it's going to be Andal, Stoichea, you already know, of course. Let's see, what can I recommend for you? There are so many to choose from. Dragon Empire might be the Dino or the Blacksmith Dragon. I mean, there's going to be a new Dino, or new Dragon, I should say soon, so we'll see. For Lyrical, what would Basil like from Lyrical? You play Andal, and you play, Ganthea. I have to think about that. He won last week, mostly off no one being familiar with it. Yeah, not surprised. I'm excited to play Badmire. Been playing Jiva and having a blast. Wow, nice. Bladmire is cool. He's also like really. He's pretty easy to like, not to like downplay it or like put it down or whatever, but it's also a relatively easy deck to like build and play, which is really nice. So hopefully some people can pick that up. But if you're going lyrical, you gotta find a deck that doesn't use stupid expensive staples, so none of them. If you want to play a card game, pick the deck that doesn't play any cards. It's essentially what I just said. My pick was Punk Girls, can't even use any of the staples, not much hype on them, and they're dirt cheap. Your fight didn't cause a buyout, of course that's always his fault somehow. So far, Finale and Powerful seem like a maybe. Powerful is great. So are Finale. Those are two really good decks that are also really strong and actually super underrated. And also typically super budget. The only part about so they each have their own thing that makes them not budget. So Finale is the fact that you have to play Stegria, who's like, I think she's like $25 or something like that. So that's an issue. You can get away without her, but right now you kind of have to play her. Other than that, and like the Energy Cycler, which I don't know how much that is. Other than that, the rest of the deck should be dirt cheap. Then for Herminia, Powerful, it's essentially the same thing, except there's one card, the main piece of the card, that's mainly used in that deck, but then got super bought out because of the fact that you can play it in Shamon. And even that, then they only play like maybe 1 or 2 copies sometimes, but unfortunately that went to like $20 when it was like 2, right? But other than that, the rest of the deck is dirt cheap. So basically, pick whichever one of those two, I guess you'd rather take the bullet for. If I had to pick one, I would say for now, so you can get Stegria, which is more applicable to other lyrical decks. If you either A, don't want to play a Finale anymore, you can carry that Stegria to probably any other deck, or B, you just don't want to play lyrical anymore, you can sell the Stegria and probably get the entirety of the deck back in terms of profit, right? I should be here by Saturday. Nice. I don't know when mine are going to be here, to be honest. I ordered them Friday, so they'll probably be here Friday, but then there's like 4th of July, so we'll see what that does. Not break standard. Seems many think Vert is mid. Yeah, that seems to be the impression. Well, the third Crispino, only like 5 months week of participation packs. You gotta look for a deck that you can play mostly off its own engine to start with. I mean, if you're trying to play super budget, sure. Bladmire needs a solid countercharger and a way to refill soul. He does get a way to refill soul. I mean, you have plenty of ways to refill soul, honestly. In terms of like cards outside of the main Bladmire stuff, right? There's a bunch of stuff in Dark States you can use for that. You can use Bifrons, you can use Zargon, you can use the Maid, you can use the Order that lets you soul charge 1, right? You can use just the stuff in engine, right? That grade 2 lets you get stuff in soul, and there's a promo that's going to come out that also lets you put stuff in soul. But in terms of countercharge, yeah, you don't have those. Not that you really need it, to be honest. You just have to be a lot more careful with your counterblast, because you only use counterblast for Bifrons if you're playing her, or for the grade 2 when you play him on place. And that skill you're typically not going to use as much, so I don't think you have to worry about it too much. Why of the dual nations? Which I'm guessing. Which of the dual nations is a good pick for Bloodmire? I don't think he can play any of them, honestly. He might be able to play Rivalts, because the problem with that deck is that Bloodmire is, he by design doesn't have a early game, right? He kind of just doesn't do anything in early games. That kind of gives you an early game. He doesn't want to counterblast. Other than that, you can't really use the other one, right? The Dark States Bracket one. That one won't really do much for you. I mean, it wouldn't be horrible, right? Because you can sort of toolbox your soul, add something to hand. So it wouldn't be a horrible pick, honestly. But if I had to pick one of the two, I'd pick the Dragon Empire Dark States one, to be honest. But all right. Excuse me. All right. I think we can go ahead and get started. I wanted to check first here. Okay, cool. So that's right. I always have to check before every stream to make sure everything's working, because sometimes it just does not. We'll play the Sonic music again. That seems to be a nice chilled out groove for the most part, right? What's that? Open. Yeah, Rich, how you doing today? So came at the right time, because we're gonna go ahead and get started and go over the reveals from basically this morning, right? Because I haven't had a lot to catch up on. Funny story about that later, but so we'll go over the reveal of Prism Image Vert, who once she was announced gave a lot of players PSTD. We'll find out today if their trauma was warranted, I guess. But so we'll go over Vert. We'll go over some of the news we got for the anime, which, by the way, season 2 of Divines airs this Friday. If you have not watched season 1, please go watch that. It's the best Cardfight Vanguard anime series that has been released ever. I will boldly say ever. Right? Give that a watch. Starts this Friday, season 2. We have a couple of images to show about that, and then we have a few results from Japan that we'll take a look at really quickly, and if we have time, maybe we can do some market watch. And there's also a interesting Feral Magus build that I wanted to maybe test out. But before we do that, we'll do the usual card of the day, which is honestly gonna be the last time we do a card of the day, I think, for Lyrical Set 1. Because next Tuesday we're actually gonna start getting reveals for Set 4. So I'm good. Just got off work, so perfect time to catch stream. Perfect. Now the best card fight anime is Vanguard. Yeah. I know a lot of people ironically say that one's bad, but like, I haven't watched it. But in theory, it does not seem that bad. From the few things I've heard about it, aside from people saying it's ass, it seems alright. But really, I just like ass, which does happen to be the case. Hey Azeem, how you doing, buddy? I didn't have to do a GV anime. Didn't make strides in V, so that was never gonna happen. I guess they technically did, but you're like weird main deck things, right? I haven't watched if either alongside with most of the V series. Yeah, I've only seen like the first, I want to say 12 episodes of V, up until that weird dog guy shows up, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I didn't understand at first that it was a reboot, right? So when they started using GIF markers, I was just like, what the fuck is going on? But I was like, all right, I'll jive with it. And then they fucking had that weird dog guy, and I was just like, all right, maybe this is not the show for me. Maybe Vanguard's not what I thought it was, right? So then I just stopped watching it. But I haven't seen any of if you liked it. Okay, just watch Cinema. No, I have to watch the rest of it. It isn't just a reboot, it's a direct manga adaptation, so Dog Dork is in the manga. Oh, that's, yeah, I've heard about that after the fact, right? I didn't know about it at the time, but after the fact I heard about that and I was just like, what the fuck? The original one was way better than this shit, but I mean, they didn't have gifts in the manga either, so I don't know if that would have changed anything. Honestly, it wouldn't make a difference, right? Because they could have, you could swap out the game and make it play Yu-Gi-Oh, right? The story and whatnot would still be relatively the same, so that's interesting. You think Divine Season 1 is better than OG Season 1 or 3? Yeah. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to say yeah. Like, if at this point in time, right, to put it in context, if I had to tell someone to watch one of the series to get into Vanguard, I have to point them towards the Vines, right? It was well done season, right? All things considered, I don't think there was really a lot of flaws aside from like some nitpicks that I have about like, you know, certain fights going the way that they did, but in like in completion and everything, great season compared to everything else, right? Easily bodies all of Overdress and Will Dress. I can't speak for G, right? Because I haven't seen all of G, but I don't know. Not that I don't like the slower pace and stuff of the original series, but I don't know. I think I have to give it to the Vines. I don't know. Granted, the OG series is still like the best card game, the best interpretation, I guess I should say, of like a card game anime. The first season, they did a lot of good things really well. Had the Vines picked up on some of that stuff, like have your main character not be fucking Superman. We'd be in a really good spot. But oh well. Yeah, you can totally skip over all of Overdress and Will Dress. Literally none of it matters. There are literally characters from that series that show up, and it does not matter that you do not know them, because it literally doesn't matter. Because I think I'm pretty much every single character that they bring back, they did nothing in Overdress and Will Dress. So the fact that they came back, it really does not matter. They could have literally just introduced him as a brand new character, and it just would not have made a difference, right? Like Taizo, it doesn't matter. Masanori doesn't matter what he did before, honestly. The Greedon Kid does not matter. Megumi doesn't matter. Right? None of that stuff mattered. What they did in Overdress and Will Dress, none of it matters. The like somewhat important piece of information, they touch upon it in their like quick introduction, so it does not matter. You can skip that entirely. She's just it's different for me since you subverted my expectations of a card game anime protagonist. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna keep going back and forth. Like the more I think about it, I was like, oh man, first season was really good, and I'm like, wait, well, the Vines was really good. Man, the first season though, so. But I guess that's a good sign, right? That I am in between which one to pick as the best, considering how good the OG was. So, enough to say, go watch Divine Season 1, and we can talk about Divine Season 2. Maybe even, I'll think about it. I don't know. Writers are weird for me, but maybe we can even start doing watch parties in the Discord, but I feel like a lot of other Discords do that, so we'll see. But in any case, alright. Characters are either irrelevant in Divines or irrelevant in Dress. I mean, they're not irrelevant in Divines for the most part. But let's go ahead and start with the card of the day. We're going to start with X's favorite and only lyrical deck. Well, I guess not his only, but X lyrical deck in Panel with Fly Away, Parasite. That's basically Parasite, but alright, whatever. Oh no, I'm sorry, I lied. We went to Fennel last time. This is Sienna. Yeah, Ek hates Sienna. He doesn't give a shit about her. Never mind. So when this is placed, if you have Sienna, you Soul Blast either Sienna, or I should say a card with Sienna, or your trigger unit to return all of your opponent's front row rear guards to hand. So that's like, okay. Sienna, for those that don't remember, is a deck that focuses on bouncing your opponent's rears back to hand, so that if they have an open guardian circle in front row less than 3 cards, your Vanguard gets a drive and a crit. Also, if you guard without like guarding, essentially without putting cards in the guardian circle, she can I don't even fucking remember what it was anymore. It's been so long. What is it that she does? I think you can oh, that's what it was. Yeah, I think she makes them either bounce something or discard something, right? You can make them lose one of their rear guards, or they have to discard a card. So she's like an interesting take on like Bind. Yeah. Does it come back at the end of the turn? I don't remember. I really mean Divines, really mean Megumi, not like she was very useful in dress anime, but whatever. I mean, that's Megumi. You can't really expect her to do much regretfully. I guess they don't come back at the end of the turn. Alright, yeah. It's been so long. I was giving you guys shit for not knowing Sienna, and look at me. Look at where we are now. But, yeah. So that's what she does. So that's why this lets you bounce your opponent's rears to hand. I have a problem with Sienna mechanically, because I don't like the way that they design her. Because her whole thing is that she's the paper bag girl, so she's supposed to be like a Gorgon, like Medusa kind of deal. So she's supposed to presumably turn you into stone if you look at her or whatever. And I don't think they translated that really well in the card game, because they instead make it so that when she blocks, that's presumably where she would like turn someone to stone by binding them. But then they have all these cards on Sienna's side that bounce rear guards to hand, so like, why are her rear guards protecting your opponent's rear guards from getting bopped, right? That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. So. Here's why they made Megumi, out of all people, the leader of Blackout in the end, because they don't want to show Yu, Toya, or Danji until way later on. They're doing something stupid. I forgot what they said at the end of Full Dress, but they're fucking off somewhere. They're not going to show them until like the last season of Divines, where they come back and they do whatever the fuck, and they get a new voice actor because they can't afford the old ones. So the only other person left was either Tomari or Megumi. Megumi presumably made more sense to bring back and have her job out to the next season's characters. I think I agree, she should have been more of a stun deck. I would have fit her design. Yeah, like what it should have been, I don't know if this would have been too strong. What it should have been is all these effects that say bounce cards to hand, and then Sienna has an additional skill that says whenever your opponent's rear guard bounces to hand, right? Any rear guard with that same name, they lose 5k shield. Right? That's what they should have done. Something like that. So at least you would have done something with the fact that the rear guard's going to hand, other than just giving your opponent free shield for no reason. Why hire expensive voice actors? Because they do it to build up hype. They think that that's the way to get people to watch their anime, by focusing on the voice actors, which is half right. But they hire big names to sell their anime, because it's like, oh, this guy from this other thing is here, now I'll watch the anime, and ignore the part where they have to make a good anime at the same time, and also fit in all of their scheduling and budgets for the expensive voice actors. So that's just how it works. When they're actually good at stun decks, I mean, they don't have to like, it doesn't have to be like crazy stun, right? Like, it doesn't have to be like fucking skill drain, but it could have done something, right, to your opponent in some sort of way. So they really went the lame defensive route with this. The lame, not defensive, the lame passive route is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if I would have been down to have a cop role model given his dad's absence, but it's a bit too American of a take there. I don't think Japan would care about that. But next up, she says at the end of the turn, if you have Sienna Energy Blast 3 returns you into your hand. So is this one on place? Yeah. So that's alright. This is a decent card. I don't know if it'll see play, but it's a pretty decent card because you can play it. So Blast 1, bounce rears, your Vanguard's effect is active, and then you can Energy Blast, pounce her back to hand, use it again next turn. If, she wasn't a grade 3, it would have been nice. It wouldn't have been the worst thing. The deck could have used that, but the fact that she's grade 3, you bounce a grade 3, a dead grade 3 to your hand, that kind of sucks, especially considering the deck guard's kind of odd. So now you have a completely useless card for the most part. That's cool, I guess. Next up, we've got ourselves a rare here in Perfect Vantage Lolomi. It's a grade 1. I think this one's pretty decent. So she says if you have Sienna, she gets 2k power. But also when she boosts, specifically Sienna, and it's grade 3 or greater, you Soul Blast 1. You Soul Blast either Sienna or a trigger unit. And you choose a unit and gets 5k for each open rearguard circle. So this is okay. It actually gives you a benefit from having open rearguard circles, which is what this deck lacks, right? You keep having these open rearguard circles. The only benefit you have is that I guess your opponent can't intercept, which isn't really a benefit because they get free cards back to hand and they get to reuse those effects if they keep them. But also that your Vanguard gets the drives and whatnot, but that's kind of whatever. So at least being able to power up your units even bigger and having a 10k booster, pretty good, right? Because you already have one grade 2 that gets plus 10k. So now that becomes 30k. With this on a column, that's 40k. That's pretty decent. Unless I get that math wrong, right? She gives herself plus 10, so she's 20. This gives her another plus 10, so she's 30. Plus it's, yeah. So, pretty decent little card here, I would say. And then the last one here is my least favorite. Not because of her effect or anything like that, but because of the fact that for whatever reason I couldn't find the alt num code to do stars. So whenever I tried to type it in, I would just get random stuff and I couldn't search it and find it, and I found the code, but it just gave me spades and like other stuff. So I had to like screenshot those stars from someone else and then just paste it here just to do that. But in any case, so this is Shining Twin Stars in Hands Aster, which I forget is a gender neutral name is the term. But all right, so this is the double rare. It says when this is placed, choose an opponent's front row rear guard and return it to hand. So only one. Then you Soul Blast either a Sienna or a Trigger unit, and she gets 5k. The end of the turn for each of your opponent's open front row rear circles. So that's fine. Then she says, when your Sienna attacks and your opponent has no front row rear guards, you counterblast one Stannis. So I don't know if the deck uses counterblast or any other way, shape, or form. But now they did the usual Bushiroad thing where it's like, well, this deck isn't performing well. Let's give them 5 attacks and a restander, right? That'll fix everything. So at least this gives you a sort of decent payoff for having your clearing your opponent's front row. Now you can use this. These will be 20k attackers. Works with the other girl, right? So does she give them until the end of turn? I think it's only when she boosts, right? Choose one of you. Oh, it gives it for them for end of turns. That's kind of nice. So what you can do with this girl is you can boost. You have 40k, and then she restands for 30k, which is pretty solid. So pretty good, pretty good. I just don't like the direction the deck is going. I feel like they just got lazy and didn't know what to do, and they're just like, I don't know, just restand. Call it a day. Whatever. The deck doesn't use CB, it's mostly CB, SB, Soul Blast. Yeah, and you can just, for the most part, get it really easily. And they released a bunch of cards this set that put triggers back into Soul, which you use to guard, right? So you can use your triggers to guard by putting them into Soul, and she gets 15k, which then activates your other skill that says if you didn't put anything in guard in circle. And then you have a bunch of like other cards that just put those stuff back in. So deck is looking like it's in a pretty good spot, I would say. Bert is the pinnacle of lazy. Is it lazy? I don't know if it's lazy. It's an encounter. I feel like for the most part, it's pretty faithful. Other than the fact that you can't ride other cards over it. That's more of a nation issue than it is a lazy issue. But in any case, speaking of mermaids, we have Ocean Singing Songstress. I keep trying to say Bechamel, but it's Belmel. Here, mermaids, yeah. When this unit is placed on rear, choose a grade 3 or greater Pacifica in this card name from your drop. Put it on the bottom of your deck, and then you energy blast 3 and draw. Cool. And then when this unit attacks, choose one of your units, and it may get 5k to the end of the turn. If you did, at the end of that battle, put this unit on the bottom of your deck. I don't know why this is a grade 2 that pieces out. I know that activates effects in Pacifica. It's right in front of me. I keep blanking out. Got some neat stuff, to be honest. Yeah, I think it's just this though, right? At least directly, or maybe I have to see. I don't remember. So yeah, so I know they want to put Pacifica's back, so that's decent. Drawing a card for not counterblast and stuff is nice. It gives something else 5k. It can give itself 5k, so it can give itself 5k, put itself on the bottom of the deck. So I guess it works out that way, right? So that's fine. I don't remember why you want to clear stuff up. I know Pacifica has the other Pacifica that goes and attacks from the back row center, and that goes to the bottom of the deck. And I know she can like counter blast one, soul blast one to like draw 2, put something on the bottom of your deck or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember Pacifica too well. I remember I wanted to build a deck because I had played the deck a lot in Vanguard 0 when it first came out, like set 2 Pacifica, right? I had a lot of fun with that because I'd put like my triggers back in and like play the long game and stuff like that. But I just never actually picked it up. Too busy playing all the other stuff, essentially. So that's decent. And then we have ourselves Dream Weaver Between the Waves. Revet. This one's pretty cool because she says, when your Vanguard is returned to your hand during your main phase, if your Vanguard is greater or greater, put this into soul, choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets that all of your front row Vanguards that were placed this turn gets 5k power. So that's interesting for the most part. Because you already have to place 2 units essentially, and then place another 2. Well, actually, no, it's like continuous, right? So never mind. So anything you place beforehand gets the 5k. So if I play something, play this grade 3, right? Bounce like a back row card. This activates, she goes into soul, and then that first thing I place this turn gets 5k power retroactively. So that's alright. I wish I got the chance to play Vanguard 0. Yeah, it's a good time. Good time. Good time. A lot of it is actually available on your phone. Yeah, for the most part. I can imagine it is, but you can't connect to the server, so can't really play with anyone. Right? So. Next up, we have this strange little dragon. When I saw this, I was like super confused. I was like, what the hell am I looking at? I thought these were the lyrical reveals. But this is the Easy Joy Dragon Presto. Presto? I don't know. But he is water magic. That's not a type. There's no magic type, homie. Come on. Get with the game. So this is just that set of cards from I think it was set 3 that every nation got except lyrical, obviously. Where it just says if this was discarded, you soul blast 1, call this out, but it can't attack if you do it in battle. But if you do a nation specific thing, in this case, if something is returned to hand, it can boost. I don't know if this has any applications. To be honest, I can't think of any deck that discards mid-battle that would like to call something out to boost with. Maybe Hazari can do something crazy. Maybe not. I don't know. Because like maybe you can like swap with that one girl, right? Attack from, I don't know. Yeah, because like now you make the old Hazard attack from the back row, right? And then like you can use the old swap girl to like soul blast and swap them out. So you can, no, it still wanted to, I don't know. Many for 0 specific server connections, names of inaccessible. Yeah, exactly. So you can't actually do anything. Would have been funny to be able to like fight the computer at the least, but I can't do that. There's a new tab that will totally introduce. I doubt it, because I feel like that would fall on the fairy. Yeah, at least it has a school uniform, so it fits in. So pretty interesting card. These are all pretty interesting. All these cards that have these effects, I want to mess around with them, but I haven't seen any clear paths where they're like super good. I wanted to mess around with them a bit in Barrow because they make him discard for like the slightest advantage. So I was thinking of using the Dark States one. We'll see. Let's actually get my hands on that, which is pretty soon, actually. Actually, no, I keep thinking they're in Festival Collection. No, it is not pretty soon. It is next month. which isn't too far off at least. But we've got ourselves here enjoying the dream, Toil to Till, who is a pretty insane generic card here that I feel like no one's really talking about as much. That says on place CB1, look at top 5, choose any order that's not a Regalius into your hand, if not countercharge 1. That's pretty good. This is basically, this is like a backup Crispina. And well, maybe not. I mean, honestly, you probably will hit it every time. So it's basically an extra Crispina for Fennel. This works in that one Vispo deck that focuses on orders. You can use this maybe in Lutetium. You can use this. I don't think you would not use this in Kyoka. You don't have the counterblast for it. What else focuses on orders like a lot? Technically, you could use this in Michu. I don't know if you would. The deck has a lot going on already, so you probably might not even need it. So this is definitely something you want to get for now, and it's definitely something that you can abuse, because you can literally play this, counterblast 1, didn't find it, countercharge, shuffle, bounce it to hand, play it again, counterblast 1, look at the top 5 again, right? So definitely something you want to get your hands on, just to have, because you never know what will come useful. Go for missing pieces of Crispina, essentially. It's the first male. I'm pretty sure the dragon's a girl. I'm pretty sure it is. But all right, I think that's it for card of the day. So now we can go on to the main attraction, Invert, whose effects I really haven't read that well. So we'll see how this goes. So first off, they decided to give us a brand new starter in Bermuda Triangle Cadet Shizuka, which is interesting because they, for whatever reason, for prisons and for Pacifica, they didn't bring back any of their cards as encounters. They made them brand new cards, which is super interesting. So this is our first lyrical encounter as a starter, aside from Coral, right? I guess they're both in the same set. So this is the first set that we're getting that, which is pretty interesting. Let's go. So that's cool. Unfortunately, her effect is just go second you draw. I was kind of hoping she would get something, so doesn't count. She needs them. Yeah, that is true. So yeah, this is interesting, but it kind of makes sense when you see some of the rest of the ride line, because they brought back a lot of, I think, yeah, the most like iconic, maybe not, like vanilla rear guards in Bermuda Triangle, right? Because we have Mermaid Idol Sedena here, who used to just, I'm pretty sure it was like originally just a vanilla, I'm sure. Oh, but V-Series existed and whatever, but she says, if this is rode upon by top Idol Aqua, you Soul Blast 1, look at the top 7 of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 2 or greater unit from among them and reveal it, put it to your hand. She was actually, yeah, because these were the first 4, these were part of the first 4 Bermuda Triangle cards, at least in English, that we ever got. Because it was this, it was top Idol Aqua, it was I think the on play Soul Blast 2 draw girl, or I think that was in Vanguard 0, she was Soul Blast 2. But the 5k girl with like the blue hair, and then we got some random grade 3 that no one cares about because she's not Riviera or Coral or Reindeer. So this is interesting. Soul Blast, look at top 7, add in a grade 2, so that's nice. Nice to see. Sakaneko art, I guess this is who drew this. It's interesting. And then we got ourselves top Idol Aqua here. I've seen Aqua like 100 times. Was she always like a fucking frog? I don't remember her having webbed ass fingers. Maybe I just never noticed, but like she did have webbed ass fingers. So she just be not a mermaid, but she be having frog hands and shit. Okay. All right, I guess. She has fins on her legs. That I forgot them this time. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I see them at all unless they're like on her feet. So that's the only part we don't see. But that's interesting. That's the thing that stood out to me the most. But yeah. But speaking of Azim, when his unit is rode upon by a grade 3 mermaid, specifically, so that's the race. Doesn't matter what the name is, as long as it has the race of mermaid. Look at the top 5 of your deck. Choose up to a grade 2 or greater. From among them, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. Which is cool. You know, they were kind of smart in making this grade 2 or greater, which kind of sucks because you can't search out your PGs. Not that it would have been that big of a deal, honestly, because it's just from the ride line, so you get 2 chances to maybe add a PG. Some other decks can do this. So I don't know why they had to restrict it to grade 2 or greater. Maybe it has some premium implications, probably, because premium always has to ruin standards run, because we have to balance the game out for them. But yeah, so this is any mermaid. So for a refresher, here are all the grade 3, I guess, relevant mermaids that have Vanguard effects that you can use this on. So you can use this with Kyrie, which is pretty cool. You can use this with Pacifica and with Labrador. Pacifica, I don't remember what her ride line does. For Labrador, I don't know if you want to use this because her ride line kind of does the same thing. So maybe you do if you play a lot of other non-prism cards, because I think the ride line specifically searches prism cards. Well, no, the grade 1 searches prisms from top 7, and then the grade 2 is like you call something then draw something. So it's kind of the same thing, but not really. So once you put it's an option, yeah. You can use it with Coral too if you want to throw the game. Is she a mermaid? I guess she might be, yeah. And then the big one is, of course, Chris Rain. A lot of people don't like Chris Rain's ride line. I kind of liked it. I thought it was alright because it was essentially I call something out or I draw a trigger, which seems fine to me most of the time. But if you play Chris Rain like I have been playing Chris Rain for the most part, which is like super rush and aggressive, then this makes a lot more sense because this gives you grade 2s that you can slap down and rush your opponent with. So pretty cool. I was on the remote fight Discord the other day, and someone rage quit standard to play V Premium because he kept losing with Astrum. I mean, Astrum's kind of rough, but I wouldn't rage quit per se. But that sucks. Ironically, you'd go to V Premium, but it'd be like that. We can call a friend chat. Yeah, I guess you could do that. You literally probably play these in every deck except maybe Labrador. You would squeeze that card in. Ironically, Prisms is the only deck that does its own bouncing, so I don't know if you'd need friend chat, but we'll see. So yeah, pretty cool ride line. But then we got ourselves Prism Image Vert. So it's like Vert, like more iconic than Labrador, because like I feel kind of strange that they gave Vert, well, maybe not, it's not exclusive to her, right? But they were released with a Vert, the like more classic encounter style ride line for Bermuda. So feels like a odd choice. I don't think the game would have been crazy if they released this before, right? Because I don't think that would have made a huge difference. I guess Prisms would have been, no, yeah, it wouldn't have made a difference. I guess the Prism ride line wouldn't exist. So I don't know if that would have made the deck better or worse, but I don't know. They're from the same set and same deck in OG. Yeah, I remember in Vanguard 0, it was the same thing because she was just a break ride. So I don't think they were in the same set in Vanguard 0. I think she came out later. He kept saying that the problem was that he was running out of cards in his hand and blamed people saying that they looked down upon people for not using meta. I mean, just gotta play better, build better. Prism has different groups. By groups, do you mean like they're like a band, or like they're a school of fish and have groups in that way, or are you just saying groups as like a general term? If there's any consolation to separating it, means Night Miss and Dike Kaiser have a better chance of becoming a boss unit in the future. I don't think we'll get Night Miss. I hope we don't get Night Miss, to be honest. I know he's, I don't know, I'd rather not see Night Miss, to be honest. I know we're basically getting Dike Kaiser, him being his own standalone deck. That, I don't know if that makes any sense, but like this didn't make any sense, so I don't know. First three are Prism Image, Prism Promise, and Prism Romance. Yes, this was my first Vanguard Zero booster set. It's so nostalgic for it. Yeah, they're like idol groups. Okay, that's what I figured. Groups of fish are schools. That's what I said. Like, are they different schools of fish? Like, you know, there's this pack of fish, this school of fish, and then there the other, like, this is the Prism school of fish, Prism Image, and then here's the Promise ones. I don't know, fish. We have two break rides in D. One is a support rear from Minerva, true. The other one is Vert, so it really can go either way, true. Pack of fish. If we're gonna academies on the whale, yeah. Oh, exactly. Oh, how you doing, Blank? If they release a lyrical stride deck, I'm curious what it will be. That's been the what unit it will be. That's been the question of this century. Honestly, who even knows anymore? It's just always been teetering between either Loris or what the French girls, the Tyria or whatever the heck. I never know how to say it. Everyone keeps saying like other stuff like Riviere, or I don't know if that's gonna happen as a stride. I feel like they would do the more like stride specific stuff, which was Loris and Tyria who were built for strides, based on like the other stuff that they've done, but who the fuck knows anymore? Because this whale is huge. It literally has a school campus on it. It's literally a nation. That's how big this whale is. We'll go up on Ange, but like, I mean, I doubt it, but she is slightly more of that generation, right? So, all right. Anyways, without delay, let's go into the Vert here, right? Oh no, it's gonna be broken in order to play against, most likely. I mean, it's a stride deck set, so probably. And it's gonna have the biggest card pool of every stride deck set, right? Because Zergo, I'm pretty sure, has the most cards out of every nation. So it's gonna have a lot to work with, but most of the stride decks don't use a lot of cards outside of the deck set, right? They use like maybe 3, well, I don't know. Maybe that's not super accurate. They use a lot of stuff from the deck set, but I guess they use some cards from outside it, but I don't know. Oh, they do, yeah. The fact that we get it, the Encounter PG, I don't think it's going to be happening for a while. Yeah, that one was a wild one. I was not expecting that. What the Bermuda deck set would be paired with? The Bermuda hung out with G. I thought they were gonna do Night Rose and something Bermuda because she was with the Roomy Labyrinth girls, right? That's the only connection that they have. But they said fuck that bitch, flushed her down the toilet, and they just did the two lesbians by themselves. So I don't know what's gonna happen now. But we'll just see. But in any case, all right, let's look into Vert. So she says, if you did not ride with a card's ability this turn, you Soul Blast 1, choose up to 1 card from your hand with the same name as this unit, write it as stand. And if you did, draw 1. And choose your Vanguard to get 10k. If your opponent's grade 3 or greater, your front row gets 10k instead. So it becomes Break Ride, essentially. And wait for Garnet next year. I don't know about that. I don't think we're going to get 3 waves of prisms in a row. So the way they worded this is, of course, kind of annoying because it says same card name as this unit, but there's an easy way around this. They can very easily release a promo in like the next 3 promo packs that just says, okay, reveal a grade 3 prisms for your hand. It is now the same name as your Vanguard. They could do that super easily. Just says go to Soul, add it to hand, and it now counts as the same name as your Vanguard. Easiest promo that they could write to adjust for the fact that this is a separate deck, and then we just have Break Ride Labrador. Not that it's gonna really matter, right? Because I don't like, even if this was an actual Break Ride, that doesn't really do anything for Labrador in standard, right? Because of the way that this works. Because the way this works is that you can Persona Ride. Since that's not an ability that you're riding from, you can in Soul Blast ride again. So you get essentially double Persona Ride to your front row. That would do nothing if you had Labrador in the same deck. So it would just give your front row 10k, which is nice because it'll basically be the same thing, right? Because your Prism girls, they give each other 5k, and she gives front row 5k. So it'll end up being the same exact thing, except you have different effects to play with. But I think you can use those same girls in this deck anyways. So I wish more Vanguards had the ability to pay a cost to ride from deck or Persona ride, because I can never find mine. I mean, we have the units like Hexorb that are always considered normal Hexorbs, so they could print those for her. True. That's true. I don't know if they would do that, but I guess they could do that. I feel like it'd have to be like some sort of rear guard that enables it. But I don't know. Then to print like another Labrador, but who knows. But alright. Then her second skill just says when she attacks, counterblast 1, choose one of your rear guards, return it to your hand, and then call another rear guard from your hand. Or just call a rear guard to hand. That's it. So I've heard people compare this to Marlene. Obviously, this is way better than Marlene. I wish I could find out who was saying that. But like, this is obviously way better than Marlene, right? Just because the fact that this gives 10k to the front row. Marlene just gets 10k to herself, and it's on counterblast. I mean, it's kind of the, yeah, and she's Energy Blast 4, and just has better cards to pull from because you can use any other cards plus Prism cards. So it's definitely better Marlene, but it's like fine. Honestly, my biggest letdown for the deck, it's honestly by far. I wish I can go into lab or at least get a crit or a dryer +1. Yeah, you're banking on crits for sure. Yeah, it's definitely not like something crazier or explosive. I think it's still gonna be good. You know, double Persona Ride is good if we've learned anything from Thegria. You have all the Prism cards that you can use. I have to look them up, honestly, because I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. I vaguely understood what you said, but I don't know which Prism cards you can use and if they even matter, because I don't remember if they say Labrador or just Prisms. And even if they just say Prisms, you get what, 5k in shield, and that's about it, right? They're locked to lab. That is ass. That is chocolate covered ass. Geometry image green. What? What? Are you trying to read the name literally? Is that what it's supposed to be? No, because Labrador is not a color. Are the other ones colored? No, they're not colors. Look at a bird, I'm ready to call my lawyer. Even the shield is locked to her? That's ass. Yeah, Prism is a geometrical shape, but I don't think vert means a color. And none of the others are named after colors. Vert is French for green. Yeah, you Canadians and your French. How you doing? So, no crit, no drive, no shield, no bitches, etc. Yeah, that's whack, bro. That's whack. That's kind of whack. Not that I was super excited for this to begin with, but that kind of makes it kind of hard. So we got the Sienna card, but we don't have the Prism stuff, which sucks. But you tell me I can't use my girl Celtic? Bitch, come on. What you mean Labrador, bro? Oh my god. I can't do shit with her. Oh. Oh my god. Damn, I feel bad. Someone was in stream last Thursday asking like, what is Vert gonna do? Is it gonna be like its own deck? And I was like, flat out like, no, it's gonna be a break ride. Why would they make it its own deck or some shit like that? I just want to show for the record, I was not wrong. It's just that Bushiroad refused to let me be right as a Barrel Magus player. They can't let me have anything. So they went and they rewrote the code for Vert and made it so that you can't use any of the cards with her. So it's not on me, it's on Bushiroad. I can't do this either. God damn. Can't have shit in this house, bro. Damn. I can't even fucking I'm trying to put the name, but like it's so hard. Oh, I know how to do it. I know how to do it. I have to go because I obviously can't type in the heart. Control copy because you can add it to the clipboard that way. All right. See what Prism support cards we have. All right. So you can technically use this if you play the grade 2. You can play this one, okay. This says only Labrador, alright, fuck us. And this says only Labrador, alright. It's a wrap. It's game over. It's game over. Oh man. So I have to go to marry a Canadian for free healthcare? Yeah, that's not sound like a bad idea. This not being a break ride and prism cards locked to their boss instead of prism is so weird. Yeah, that's a huge misplay on Bushiroad's part. I don't know why they locked it Labrador. They can easily just said prisms. It would not have broken premium if you could get 5k shield. Maybe the bounce, I don't know. Again, I just have to by default blame everything on prisms. On premium, sorry. Did me through with that one? Yeah, they absolutely did. Top 7 is not lab locked. It's just a bounce. Yeah. What's next? Are they going to make Vowing Saber and Descend a separate deck? To me, we even got those, but definitely feels like a V vert to a certain extent, just not drive +1 and no infinite defensive Ellie loop. It's in your V. All right, never mind. I was gonna say you Canadians in your V, but I don't want to sound racist. It's like Canadians. It's just funny. Because they're always picking on me because I don't know French. But all right, maybe the rest of the deck is playable, right? Does hold on, does Labrador give a shit? Right? She just says prisms, so there's that. You can call vert with Labrador, right? So that's the thing. All right, so that's that. You're getting upgrades to your encounters, yeah. I mean, I can't complain. Luke, you got whole ass form, whole ass new form. Even though everyone thinks it's ass, but I think it's actually pretty solid. So this says, when your vert is placed, put this to soul like a top 5. Search for something else and call it. That's interesting. You play a grade 3 to put it into soul to get another card? Sure, I guess. Why not? Good joke, Ross. I agree. I approve of this message. These series and weird thing where they don't allow one deck to have different non-form bosses. Yeah. But yeah, this is like fine. I don't think you would play this. Like, what's the point of me going from one card to another card? Like, I guess I get it, but like, if you don't use soul as much, having a grade 3 in your deck just to go into something else, I don't know, seems kind of pointless. Really generous. I have a whole deck and a deck, and it's still playable and getting, yeah. And they got a promo, and they got another promo. And now here, like, nah, it's not enough. We need a new form. We need more strides. We need G guards. We need all the exclusive things to us. Arm and a leg. Good. You should miss the other arm and the other leg. Show me this Chrono Jet that's missing body parts. I'll finish him off, bro. Tired of his ass. I'm kidding, mostly. All right, so we have here grade 1 rare dive of Blue Deep Bonciel, who just says this gets 5k every time your vert is placed this turn, which is like fine. It's like that other grade 1 I just showed, except for only when the Vanguard's placed. So this could maybe get 18k if you have this out, but only if you Persona ride and ride again. So yeah. He's also holding Baby Messiah. Good. I'll punch the baby too. Encounters to make more Maymead. Rear guards. I'm gonna throw a chair. I can't a chair. You guys get upgrades. Y'all got. Y'all. I don't know, man. Maelstrom got cards. Maelstrom got cards. What you mean? If Chronojet never defeated Gize, then we would still have clans. Yeah, I guess so. I guess he did one thing right. He associated himself with Chronojet. That's what he gets. I mean, even if it's from Temu, if it's an Obscurade, like that's pretty good, right? You mix that in a deck, you got a stew going. I don't know. That's something. but this card's alright, I guess. But then next we've got ourselves Prism Image Clear. So we got a new Prism card who only works with verts, so that's great. When this is placed, discard one, search your deck, or drop for a vert, put into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So instant 4 of, instantly, right? You just have to Soul Blast out a vert, add this back to your hand. You can literally ride vert, like Persona ride vert, play this, or like play something Soul Blast, play this, add it back to your hand, ride. So great. Then during your turn, if you have a grade 3 or greater vert, this gets 5k power. Cool. I mean, given her how strong her first effect is, I guess, you know, then the second effect is nice. That's cool. And then the last card I think we have, yeah, this should be the last card for Prisms, is Prism Image Rosa. I think before it just got like 3k if you were on Limit Break or something like that. 23k beater if you go second. Rosa? Or did you mean... No, it can't be like... Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Or I guess you mean... Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe it's Rosa. Maybe it's Rosa. Clear? How's Clear 23? Oh, I guess if you put her in the front row? Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah. I thought you meant she got like consecutive 5k up to 23. I was gonna say that's impossible. But yeah, if you put her in the front row, she's 23k. So yeah, fair enough. But Rosa says when she's placed, you choose a vert from your hand, reveal it, or if your Vanguard is vert, she gets 5k, and you can CB1 and draw. And then when her attack hits, and you have vert, you countercharge. So why couldn't she just say Prism? Would it have been that bad if, like, I can't even use this turn 2, right? Because there's no Prism ride deck cards, right? Like, I can only use it on turn 3 anyway. So would this have been horrible if they just said if you had a Prism Vanguard, if your attack hits, countercharge? Like, my attack has to hit. I think we can get away with playing this in another card, bro. Like, the fuck? I don't know, man. Banner. V, who's road we can be trusted? Nope. To be fair, it's minimum 35k. Yeah, but only in vert. Like, I'm just saying you could have made this playable in Prisms, right? In Labrador, I guess I have to specify. Like, I don't know. I went into this thinking you can just mix and match cards, but like, they straight up said like, nah, fuck you, play 2 different decks. Like, it's kind of stupid. Yeah, this is super xenophobic. They have the same fucking name, bro. It's like making this is literally like just making Phantom Blaster Dragon and making Phantom Blaster Overlord 2 completely different decks that do not interact with each other. Like, opponent will have to lose a lot if they want to deny countercharger twice. I mean, but it's the same thing in this deck because you can bounce this to hand and call it out. So why would have that been that bad to let this happen in Labrador? It would have been the same thing. It would have been the same exact thing, right? You can bounce them. You can have a chance to countercharge twice in both decks. I don't think it would have been that crazy, right? Like, it's only 5k power also by itself, right? So it's not like it would have been broken in Labrador. I don't know if this would have been insane in premium either, right? So I don't know. Not to mention this is a triple rare. Like, it's a fucking triple rare. At least make it playable in another deck. I don't know. So I'm gonna put a fork in my outlet? No, please don't. Stay with us. Things will get good, I swear. We're getting glory really soon. There's gonna skip a couple of sets and we're gonna get glory on your birthday, don't worry. Yeah, yesterday I received 2 copies of Hyperspeed Robo Shovelstead instead of the Detra cop I ordered. On the bright side, they're going to send the Detra cop ASAP. I mean, nice. I was gonna say, well, you got a double rare instead of a rare, but then again, the crate is probably more expensive. Because despite a nation system, they're still doing the clan archetype specific, so nothing has changed. Like, what was the point of it? What was the point of bringing Vert back? Honestly, my birth. Oh, that's right. Your birthday was 2 weeks ago. You mean you didn't get your Glory Maelstrom? What the fuck? That's strange. Everyone else did. Doom V. That one time, now it's Coral's turn to be the better unit in D. That's lame. Why even bring these girls back? I don't understand. I don't understand why we needed this in I don't understand why we needed this, to be honest. Should have been Riviera, honestly. They could just not they could just been Coral and not brought another encounter and just filled the set with more reprints and higher rarity, higher pull rates. Like, I don't see the point in this right now. At all. Like, I'm baffled. I went into this thinking like, oh, okay. Like, it's probably fine on its own. It's just design-wise, it doesn't make any sense to me. On its own, the deck is probably fine. It might even be fun. I don't know. But design-wise, it just baffles me that they would do this. Like, fucking even Undercover and Shadow Paladin can play nice with each other. And you're telling me the two decks that have the same fucking name? The same archetype name, you know, for 90% of their name or whatever, can't interact in any feasible way? That's just ass. That's just straight, like, I don't know. Alright. By the way, they come in mermaid rare or whatever. These look nice. It probably just means if they have SRs, they'll look like this essentially with less text, so they'll look really nice. So the SRs are gonna look insane. That's about it. Can deck thin a lot and hits hard out of nowhere real fast. Can it deck thin? How can it deck thin? Just CP the Night, bro. I know you can deck thin 2 cards from the ride deck, but that's about it, right? Oh, I guess what was it? This girl. Clear can search out 1 card from deck or drop. The grade 3. I mean, I guess if you play that grade 3, I don't know if that really counts as deck because you got to play a basically a useless card to put it into Soul to get another card. So I don't know. You can play. Yeah, I think I was looking at that. I don't know if it's worth it. 'Cause she's not gonna do anything on board, right? But yeah, you mean this girl, because she actually says Prism. So you can CB1 to search for anything and add it to your hand. So you can search for Vert. So I guess you can play this. I don't know if you want to, because yeah, she's not gonna get 5k power. She's not gonna bounce the hand. She's just gonna sit there. I guess you give her 20k, right, or 10k. So I guess it's fine. Especially with an order version with Stagger. I mean, I guess you could do that if you can. I guess you don't use energy in this deck, right? Unless aside from that grade 3, so you can run like the power energy order and spam board and get insane amounts of power. So, like, I'm not saying the deck is bad or good or whatever. I just don't see the point in them even doing this. Okay. And then they decided to do this, which is cool. Brought Ellie back. We got an encounter PG. We only have 2 of these, right? No. Each of the, I guess each of the stride decks have an encounter technically PG, but yeah. Tell me something there, or just does the whole 4-tech deck thing a lot better. Yeah. Mechanically, there's something there, but design-wise, it's just dumb that they don't interact with cards that have the same exact name. Only PG I'll ever use in this nation. Yeah, it's probably my favorite Ellie art so far, and I'm really glad that she's a rare. And they didn't do some dumb shit. I'm hoping the FR for this looks nice, because unfortunately rares don't come in SR, so we'll see. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure they had one. It was because I use her in all the like mermaid type decks that I play. Like Kyrie, I always use that PG. FR does look nice for who? Or you mean FR for this? FR for this. Okay, yeah. Okay. I'll have to take a look at that. Sorry, I'm fish. It's okay. Get hydrated. You'll be okay. Use some or whatever it is that you guys do in the water. Look at the Tuesday stream. They show off the FFRs and FRs, etc. Okay. Did they show SRs? That's something that I unfortunately have to confirm every set. Okay, good. Okay. Because unfortunately, it's the kind of thing where I just can't trust Bushiroad sometimes. So that's good. All right. So we've got SRs up until lyrical. I'm assuming we'll get it for set 4, but again, you gotta confirm, right? Because there was that one time we were getting SPs and shit was lit, and then they were like, "Fuck that, let's just make a whole brand new rarity." But all right, that's cool. I think that's all I have for mermaids, right? The last thing I have here is that next Tuesday, they are actually going to show, like I had mentioned before, Raziel and Bladmeyer cards. So after Thursday, I don't know what oh no, they're showing other shit on Thursday. They're already starting Thursday to show reveals for set 4. Never mind. So yeah, this is the last stream we get to talk about women, unfortunately. But so we're getting Raziel and Bladmeyer cards, only 2 each. So that's kind of wild. That the like main antagonists and protagonists from last season are only gonna get 2 cards, supposedly, from this set. I'm sure they'll probably get more. And then yeah, we're getting the card list for Harry and Night Rose next week. FFR Coral looks fine as hell. I highly doubt that. There's no way. Let's see. There's no way that one, the FFR looks good, pink on blue, bubblegum looking ass. There's no way that looks better, or that looks good, and there's no way that it looks better than whatchamacallit, the SR. I'll pull it up. I think. Is this the wrong Vanguard channel? Never mind. Yeah, Thursday is the Bruce card. That should have been Barrel Marcos, but fuck him, I guess. And then the Punk Girls get 2 cards, just a double rare and I think a common or something like that, unfortunately. There we go. CurlyHairedVanguard. Videos. God damn it. Live streams. God damn it. I have to go to the fucking Japanese channel. I don't know how to write CurlyHairedVanguard in Japanese. Oh, so I have to switch to my other account. And go to my subscriptions. Sorry, I might beat you guys to it. Click on my own stream. No. There we go. Okay. All right, I got it. So let's pause this for a sec. DMs. Yeah, that saves me the trouble having us scum through the thing. Properties. And this one. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, DSR I'm pretty sure it looks better. I'm pretty sure it's hard to tell from here because I can tell like this pink is here, so I don't know how that's gonna look like IRL. But it's just the fact, this isn't even like me shitting on FRs, it's just the fact that this pink is gonna clash with her blue background, and that's why I don't want the FR of this FFR. Yeah, it being all blue It like as the SR is gonna look so much better than this. I don't know. Like, I can't say if this looks good or bad because I can't make out how this pink is gonna show because it's not showing up in the on the stream when they showed it. I definitely want the mermaid rare. I don't think that's gonna be possible. Blue on blue is peak indeed. Disagree. That's fine. You want to die on on saying FRs is better. That's fine, bro. Zerganadier's FFR when you're over. Really? I don't remember what that looks like, but I don't know. I'll say this, right? Like, I'm not saying I don't like FFRs. I have to see how the SR looks, and I might change my mind. But I got you probably can't see it. Here, let me try and show you guys because I have to autofocus it again. I have to autofocus my camera again. All right, I have a way to do this. Hold on. We're gonna go here. We're gonna add this. Gonna be another one of this. I'm gonna be super zoomed in. We're going to do you can see how sweaty I am. Hi. We're going to do let's hold this up here, right? So where my eye is, okay. And we're going to take this. And then we're gonna do one of these and put this here. All that just to show you guys this, right? So I got a FR Griandra because I thought this would look really cool, and it does. But I don't know how the SR is gonna look. But the frame for Dragon Empire I really like, especially on a lot of the certain cards. It looks really good. You got the SRs? Oh man, I'm gonna have to compare them. Whoops, actually, close that. So yeah, so I have to see how that looks. That might change my mind, but the FFR looks really nice. Like same thing with the opposite for the punk girl, which is crazy. Like I played the market like crazy this weekend. So I got the punk girls triple the triple rare, the main Vanguard Rugia. I got her SR for like $4 each. Come to find out, I checked yesterday, she's $40 a pop now. Whew. I still want to get like the FFR just to have it because it's gonna be cheap. Like that's why I got this guy also like as soon as possible. But okay, but I thought the FFR for Rugia would look nice, but like I wasn't about it. The SR just looks so clean. And here. Oh, it's a different one now. Okay, hold on. So this app does everything possible to like to like show all my DMs and everything, but there we go. Okay, I don't know if you had like some hot beats playing or something, but what's that? I think that's here, unfortunately. All right, hold on. Firefox is this one. We're gonna pull this out. We're gonna press play here. We're gonna full screen this. We're gonna go back to OBS. We're gonna go here. We're gonna pick this window. This window, no. This window, yeah. Then we'll play it. Alright. It's gotta be so dang complicated. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I got both because I sold my Stride Christians to afford them. Whew. Let's see. I'll have to see when I get the SR. It looks better here than it does in the picture. I will say that. I like this a lot more because her background was already pink, so I figured FFR would look nice. But honestly, that looks pretty good. Because I'm definitely gonna get the Rotovisor FFR. This is the set where like all the FFRs are dirt cheap, or like the majority of them are dirt cheap. So I want to get them as soon as possible. Yeah, I'll try and pick this up. All right, you sold me. I'll give this one a shot. Like the clean aquatic mine BG. Is that what I'm playing? Yes, it is. Okay, I had to make sure. Yeah. Wait, what's up? What'd I do? Oh yeah, sorry, I did mail it out. I'll take a picture of it. I have a picture of it, I think, but it looks like shit. I think it looks like shit. Cause I sent it to K. Cause he it was the craziest shit. It's the craziest, most disappointing shit at the end of the day. It's a quick story. So I was trying to get some boxes for set 2, right? And my friend, both Azim and I's friends told us, all right, go to this place, go there, get the boxes. All right, cool. Went and got my boxes. I was the first person to get my boxes. This store got a master case, and this motherfucker tracked down everyone basically that bought fucking cards from this shop because he's trying to hunt down a Zorga. What do they call it? I think it's a secret rare, right? The SEC. And then like he found out that like only like 2 of the FRs from that master case or whatever were found. So he was like, he goes to me like, you either have an FR or much higher like DSR and etc. And I was just like, ah. And I had to wait for like my fiance to get home because I opened 3 boxes and I got her 2. So we're going through opening the boxes. I'm just like, get that fucking Liel, bro. It's gonna be a wrap. I'm gonna get the Bladmeyer, bro. Oof. It's gonna be a wrap, bro. Damn. This is a fucking this is a fucking Flagberg girl, the triple rare that's on place energy charge. I was just like, oh my god. Oh, I didn't even open it, right? Because like both me and my fiance were opening packs, and like she opened it and she's just like whatever. Like she doesn't even know the card. It's just like okay, and then I saw it. It's just like, how do you get the FR not saying anything? And it's just this damn thing. Oh, but not that I have anything against that specific card. It's just given the circumstances, I was kind of expecting to hit something crazier. It'd be what it'd be. All right, I'm a little dying, so let's put up the fan. Let's open the window so we can hear the ice cream truck as it usually comes in. Go back to the shop, buy more easy. It's been long gone. Whoever got it, got it. If they had any, it's long gone. Oh, man. Whew. I got 2 master cases and got a Zorgaseek and a Leo DSR. Yeesh. I just like opening boxes because I always have to get one for the channel to do a box opening, but I also like just getting the like commons and rares for like every nation, just to have them. And then whatever I need to flesh out, I'll flesh out. But yeah, we'll talk about this stuff here on Tuesday. We won't talk about the Bruce and the Punk Girl stuff on Thursday. We'll talk about that Thursday on Tuesday as well, because I will not stream this Thursday because it's 4th of July. Not that I give a shit about this garbage country and I want to celebrate its independence, but we're just gonna take the day off. So we'll be back Tuesday. It'll be a big fat stream, catch up stream of what happens on Thursday, which I don't assume will be much, honestly. Well, that's just how it be, bro. But alright. Let's go on next. It is what? 7:30? Okay. So, as I mentioned, Divine Season 2 starts this Friday. Make sure you guys check that out. Catch up if you haven't. We've got some new key art of Now, which is what's up. Hopefully we can get these on sleeves, because she's Now, and we need as much Now merch as possible to keep Bushiroad in business, please. It's nothing to me, and work is asking me to wear red, white, and blue. Yuck. Thank God I have the day off. Yuck. But we also got these dorky looking images of the units drawn in like the anime style, I guess. I don't know how else to call it. And sometimes they do all right when they draw it in the anime, sometimes they don't. And that's just how it is, right? Because like they have this thing where like they get these crazy super talented illustrators that draw all these crazy ass intricate designs and all this shit. Keep in mind, these illustrators they don't give a fuck about seeing this thing in motion or like seeing it being animated, right? Because they're not thinking about that. They're just trying to do a cool design. Then it goes to the anime team and they're just like, I'm gonna draw what? You want me to draw what? You want me to draw more Daisuke Izuka art, bro? Like, what? What are you talking about? I can't even figure out where the dude's scythe ends or begins. So that's why these look a little dorky here. Leah looks okay. She kind of just looks like Unica in cosplay. Paul Dino or whatever looks fine. And this guy, I heard someone in a Discord I was in say that he just looks like he's approaching your opponent really nicely and offering them like a cup of water or something like that, which is like the most accurate description for this little dragon. He just looks like a nice little fella that's just asking you, how are you? Hey, Outer Orange, how you doing? I love the way that the Branke one looks here. Yeah, the Branke one looks really cool here. Out of the three, it looks the coolest, which kind of makes sense. Ironically, it's the easiest to draw. I don't know if you're saying good or God, but if you're doing God, I guess that's okay too. Is that why rating for him was borderline a statue in its appearances? Yeah, and that's why like oh my god, I'm getting Vanguard 0 flashbacks. That's why Celestial, I don't know how to say her, but I used to just call her Z Rachel, but Zerachiel or whatever. Oh my god, it was the worst. You would fucking play her and she would just come in and she would like T-pose into frame. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about, but it was the absolute worst. And I don't blame him, like, because that shit is hard to do. Shit is super hard to do. But it is what it is. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm glad you're doing good as well. July again looks like Boeing Saga Tempo. Kinda, yeah. And it had like all this like cool shit too coming out of it, and like you don't see that here, which is kind of funny. So it just makes him look like more dorky. But is that the Branke one has the Stardust? I can't see it. Yeah, it has like yeah, it definitely has a star. It looks more like what's the second Stardust? Shit. What is the name of the second Stardust? Because that one looks a little bit more like, I don't want to say robotic, but it looked more like armored. But not shooting saber, not shooting saber. I guess the third Stardust actually. The Accel Synchro one. So not shooting star. The one that's like fucking like a top 5 for tuner, and they like, I don't know, I guess like extra attacks, but that just might be from the anime. Is it shooting star? Okay, yeah. It looks like that one to me now that I look at it. Okay, yeah. I thought shooting star for a second was the majestic one, but okay, yeah. That looks like someone photoshopped a blonde wig on it. Yeah, it's kind of out of place. But I don't know. I have big hopes for this. I talked about it before. None of these designs speak to me except for maybe this one, right? This one and this girl. These are the only two of the designs of the new guys that speak to me. We'll see how that pans out. I wonder if the Stoichea guy will be taught to play him by Akina as an intro fight of the season to go over the rules. Yeah, you're probably right. I hate that. Because yeah, they do that every single I don't they might not have done that season 2 of Overdress. I think that's the only first season of Vanguard where they don't go over the rules, but I'm probably wrong about that. But they do that every single time. And like, on the one side, I get it. At the other hand, do we have to do this every single time? But that's a good point. I don't think it'll be the 3K guy, because I think he's more established than that. So it might just be like, I don't know who actually. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. Come on. Here's the other wave of it. Since 2 seasons think of an anti-mech lord solution when he has effect failure. Yeah. I hated that so much, because like when they fucking were doing that and they were leading up to XL Central, it's like, oh my god, what is it gonna be? What are they gonna do? It's gonna be so crazy. It's gonna be like a new summoning mechanic, and it's just like I just synchro summon with a tuner, with a synchro tuner. The biggest letdown. I thought it was gonna be this crazy thing like, oh, how do you get by the effect by just mechanically, right? I wasn't thinking that it was gonna be something corny. Like, I was expecting more out of it, right? I didn't think it was just gonna be like, oh, my monster suddenly you can't affect it. I thought it was gonna be like, because of the way that, you know, the mechanic works, you can't use the effect of the mech lord or whatever. But never mind. But yeah, so bug dude, he looks cool and cooler with every image, as long as you get rid of his arms. He looks super cool. Just break off his arms, saute it with some peas and onions or something, and it looks great. Alden looks so weird and uncomfortable, right? He's another example of like, he had a billion different intricate details in the illustration, and they're just like, shit. He looks like fine. He looks better than like he does on a card, to be honest, because I was complaining that he had too many colors, and they did a good job of like not making this a completely different color from this. So he really just has like one color palette, so he actually looks decent. Yeah, the green cape looks like ass. This could have been a completely different green or like a different color, even though I'm saying he has too many colors. But like, it actually looks really good. He looks like a Digimon, to be honest. But you know, it looks pretty good. I don't know why his face looked like this, where he doesn't look like he wants to be here. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Come on. You're not single summon on your opponent's turn. Oh no. And then they use the effect anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. That's the part that pissed me off, because like, oh, I synchro summon on your turn. It's just like, oh, okay. So I'll just resolve my effect after you synchro summon on my turn. What has changed? But whatever. Fusion monster? I don't know if that counts. But this girl also looks a lot better here. It's still just a dumb cat girl, but it doesn't look. This doesn't look like a third leg, right? And she looks, her design looks decent. Still the least interesting of all the designs, and like, I don't want to say laziest because that's not the right word, but they definitely just played the safe option, which is girl. It's like she's gonna see a slime. Yeah. She 100% looks like a VTuber. Yep, 100% looks like one of those VTubers. So I totally get that vibe from this screenshot. Especially the way that she's like posed and everything. Yeah, I totally get that. If you're forced to belong in a Busho thing, you would make that face too. I mean, but this is like his second rodeo, bro. He's been here. He's a vet, bro. One of those. Yeah. It just looks like it. Looks like I would just see this on, not even like on I would see it on Twitter on like a YouTube video about how this person's getting canceled. It's like, fucking name would be like, I don't know, what do VTubers call themselves? It's like some animal thing, right? Or some demon thing. I was gonna say Pink Panther, but that's copyright. Maybe that's what she, no. Anyways, make her a dumb ass, a big ass dragon mermaid with cat ears or something. I mean, it doesn't have to be necessarily a dragon, but they could have just not done girl in dress for the 100th time, at least. But they did leave a dress so dirty. I need to draw him. Really? He looks fine. I mean, he doesn't have the dorky sign, so I feel like he looks cool here. They could have shown more of the body, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to see this thing in action and see its effect, but it is what it is. Yeah, basically she's a kick streamer, exactly, yeah. Exactly, she's a kick VTube streamer. Like if Lauren Earl's new order was espresso. Carpenter. Oh god, I will never understand why they weren't, okay, we'll make a cat girl, and then 4 years later, okay, we'll make a cat girl. Like, if it was a unique thing, like if cat girls were like a unique thing, maybe I would have let it pass, but like, come on. Still not a schoolgirl outfit? I guess. It basically is. It basically is, but I guess not. This is the third one. Alright, Fortia's a cat too. I give up. I always forget that she's a cat. Oh my god. Like, I get it's a thing, but like, it doesn't have to be that much of a thing. There are other things, bro. Could've made a horse girl. Those things are... Those things are huge, bro. You can make a horse girl. That would have done just fine, bro. Isn't she a dog? How's she? No, she's a... Wait, Fortia or no horse? Oh, damn. All right, fine. Fuck them horse bitches. All right, never mind. Don't make them again. Never mind. Sorry, I didn't know you guys hated horses. And Fortia's a cat. I mean, I know they were war beasts, so it could go either way. This is definitely a cat because it has a cat-like tail. But let's investigate. Let's investigate further. Hold on. Fortia Vanguard. Mimish. Well, yeah, because like, to be honest, I think the like grade 1 looks like a dog. So I think I thought the grade 1 was a dog, but maybe I'm wrong. Not you, not you, not you. I hate the Vanguard wiki so much, bro. It sucks so much ass. I hate it. I hate this place, bro. I hate being here. I just want information. I don't want ads and garbage, bro. God damn. Anyway. Which one is it? That one? Okay, that one. Alright, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look. Whoops. I'm going to do this to clear. Why does that remove it? That's so silly. I'll click here. There you go. Okay. Oh, yeah, sorry. I made an extra camera to show a card, but I can't refocus my camera. So I fucking just made another instance of my camera and then just cropped it so I can show the camera by my face. That's why you got a shot of my forehead. Let's see. Not the cat. You can tell with the tail. Yeah, these ears look kind of dog-like, but yeah, this tail looking kind of cat-like. Elephant girl. I don't think they can do an elephant girl without it looking strange. All right, sending more cat girls to my DMs, but. Okay, fair point. Come on, man. Why this shit gotta be like that? I hate it here, bro. I just wanted to why you gotta be like that, bro? Why you gotta be like that? Just copy, paste. Why it don't work? Why it don't work, bro? I swear to God. Okay, there we go. God damn, gotta make everything so difficult. God damn. All right. So yeah, these are some very Fortia-like ears. If we compare, not you, get out of here. No one likes you. If we compare here, yeah, that's basically Fortia. All right, cat confirmed. Feet, cat feet. Oh yeah, you see cat's feet. I think that's fair. All right, you see some cat feet. zoom in on that a little bit. Yeah. Oh god, great. I got clips of my foreheads. Did not expect your files to be so white. Yeah, I know. It is what. Folds are a type of cat ear type. Interesting. All right. But hey, how you doing, buddy? Mr. GG, Mr. Rogers, how you doing today? The cat looks more depressed than Puss in Boots in the second movie. I don't know about that, but all right. Sorry, we were just trying to confirm whether or not Fortia is a cat. Turns out Fortia is indeed a cat. So maybe if you take off like, maybe that's too weird. If you take off her shoes, you'll see her cat beans or something to confirm. But Fortia is indeed a cat. Because we were talking about how this madam, this VTuber that says slurs on a kick is another cat girl, and I was just like, damn, they did it again, a second time, a cat girl, and then forgetting that this is the third time we get a cat girl in the same continuity of Vanguard. But that's just how it be. Undead wolf with knives chasing her. Have you never seen a lyrical girl? Like, I'm all for them subverting expectations, right? Like, that's why Punk Girls is one of my favorites, because for once it wasn't just some cute girl in like a dress or something, right? They actually did something interesting, right? So that's why part of the reason I hate this girl so much is that they gave us Punk Girls and then they were like, all right, here's the usual nonsense. But I'd love to see like different things. I would love to see like, okay. I'd love to see, I don't know, fucking construction worker lyrical girls. Like, I don't give a shit. Office worker lyrical girls. Something besides just schoolgirl, mermaid, idol in dress. Unionized lyrical, seriously. Fucking strong ass with the fucking the beam. She just smacks the shit out of people like Godura, bro. The best. Fucking, they could have a fucking support, and she's like in the crane and shit. Come on, Bushiro, that would sell so much. Whatever. Amazonian lyrical, that would be sick, right? Like literally anything aside from just I sing. Get these girls another fucking career, bro. Stop it. We got enough pop idols out there, bro. Market is saturated. Get them some other career prospects, bro. Teach them something else in this whack ass school, bro. Hire better professors. Get a better curriculum. Stupid ass whale, like, come on. Worker. I mean, we technically already have that, but we're so. Indeed. Oh, can I have a lever dress Instacare and have a yes in circle? Yeah, bro. Programming lyrical girls, that'd be so lit. Like, I'd made a tweet about this before, but I'm hoping that like we get like a graduation set for lyrical, and they no longer are in the school shit and they actually go do other stuff. So we get like other random things like that. I go with Firefox. Yeah, honestly, anything else. Just do anything else except I sing for a living. Or sing a different genre like they did with Punk Girls, right? I don't know, fucking give me a country music lyrical girls. If all they can do is sing, like, get a different genre, right? Give the bitch a big ass hat, right? Lady lyrical, please. Anything. Oh well. But alright. We'll learn more about these pretty soon with the anime coming up. I'm gonna take this off because my neck is hot and sweaty. Complains about not being a generic idol? Nah, bro, I need to talk to her. She needs to get her head on right. She is a revolutionary. Right? She's a revolutionary. She needs to be a trendsetter, bro. She needs to stop doubting herself. To be honest, if they graduate, won't they still be an idol? And that's literally what they teach for. Man, not everyone's gonna make it an idol. I don't know. Make some of them flunk.
Make some of them dumb. They fucking fail. Make some of them just bad at Idol so they get another career, or they just don't like singing. What a shock. A bunch of women don't just want to be pretty and sing. That's crazy, right? Make something up. But, like, do something with them, please. Tired of it. I'm sorry. I'm just tired. But yeah, new episodes this Friday. Boy bands. Yeah, everyone keeps saying that, and like I feel some type of way about that. I'm not against it. But at the same time, I'm not against it. But it also sometimes sounds when people say that. I'm not saying JJ specifically, but when people say that, it's just like, I don't want to play with women. Make them men instead in lyrical, and then I'll play it. That's sometimes what it sounds like. That said, I would not be against them having a boy band. That would be cool too. Honestly, it's the same shit like lyrical. It's just boy band, and they don't do it. Like, put them in construction work also. But yeah. No, text those gender lyrical. Oh, okay, that'd be cool. Fat opera song. Yeah, bro. Literally anything else. Some kind of variety. Yeah, there's no men. Makes no sense. I knowing Bushiroad, I can guarantee you they will never put a guy in lyrical. I can guarantee you they will not do that. They would rather make up their own nation. Fucking, I don't know what's the opposite of lyrical. Rhythmical kingdom or something like that, and that would be lyrical with men and also women because they can't resist. But yeah, I don't hate women. It's just I like looking at men sometime on Gunboard. 100%. I know not you specifically, but I just feel like that's the argument some people make. Don't they use Token Rambu for their husbandos? But yeah, they don't own Token Rambu, so that doesn't count. No, never again. Damn. I don't know. Lyrics. What other word is there that would be similar? I don't know music terms. There's rhythm. There's beat. Beatical. Beat. No. Tempo. Symphonic land. Sounds like an amusement park. All right, but yeah. In short, get some men, get some interesting women. Musical mayhem. This is a name for a nation. Nah, you guys keep naming like fucking lyrical attacks or amusement park rides. Temu Monastery. We finally get the Temu collab we've been dying for. Yeah, exactly. That's what that sounds like. Our party video game. Oh man. But all right. So we've got Festive Collection coming out. Not this Friday, but next Friday. I know you might have spent all your money on Divine Set 2, but guess what? You gotta spend more money. Because this set is a banger. And 3 weeks from when this comes out, you're gonna be like, shit, Revolves is $60. What have I done? But I wanted to show this super ugly pixelated image because I just can't find a clearer image for whatever reason of the world original Stealth PG that we're getting in the English version of Festival Booster, which is cool. I don't know what the pull rates of this is gonna be. I've been meaning to ask on Twitter, but then I'm just like, all right, can I get a picture that's a little bigger? But yeah, so those you can now play their own PGs. Any part of Dragon Empire can play, you know, a stealth package, which I've been hoping would become more of a thing, but Shiranui has had fucking a monopoly on all that stuff. Would not be surprised if maybe the deck set PG goes down because of this, but it really depends on how many of these you get, because if I remember correctly, this is like 4 in a case. Originally the other ones, yeah, and like
You say that, but like 4 in a case does not sound a lot. But then like every time I hear that, I was just like, that does not sound like a lot at all. But then I remember we only get like 5 of each triple rare in a case, and I was just like, oh wait, oh. I guess 4 in a case is a lot, huh? 4 in a case is just a good amount, huh? Everyone was cheap too. Eventually, yeah, it was cheap. And they all used that one. Yeah, that one's really nice. I like that one. Yeah, I mean it's not insane. So, this is, you know, a different story because we never had a world original and that I know of for Festival Collection. So we'll see how this plays out. But would be nice to see this. Hopefully, it's at a reasonable price to buy, and it is reasonable in terms of pull rates. But we'll see. All right. And then I think the last thing I had here is some results. Yeah, I love me some world originals. I hate that they did that consistently for a while and then they kind of just stopped. Right? Because we got it for like set 4, set 6. I think we got it again for set 7, and then they just didn't give us any for a good while. But hopefully we get some more. I honestly would not mind if like every set they did a world original, and then like every language or whatever, whatever every format, I guess, that has Vanguard for that set, they get their own world original, right? So we get ours, but Japanese has a different one, or Japanese set has a original one, the Korean one has a different one, but it's all for the same set. The shieldless heal, my favorite heal. Yes, I still have that. With no shield, I have not gotten that eroded. They're the only SP equivalents that we have at the moment since SRs have no texturing. Yeah, true that. That or the secrets, because they're basically SPs just with extra stuff on them. But we have some topping decks from Japan. If any of them look interesting, we can take a look at them because I have the top 16. I don't know if it's the same event that we're getting this pie chart from, because I looked at this is from the stream that they did today, but then they showed the deck list and they showed Doji twice, and then they showed a Varga, and then in the first place that I have, it was not Shoujo Doji twice and Varga. Obviously you can't do Shoujo Doji twice, but so we'll take a look at that in a bit, but we'll take a look at this pie chart, which looks wild because Shoujo Doji over here, same percentage as Shiranui. It's a little concerning for me. One, because I was hoping to actually be able to afford Shoujo Doji when it comes out, but also two, I feel like knowing Bushiro, they would rather hit Shoujo Doji or hit like a stealth piece or something like that than actually do anything about Shiranui. Especially now that like Shoujo Doji is like supposedly seeing as much play. So it's still a little concerning in that regard. We'll see how things play out. Yeah, now they're finally taking him seriously. But yeah, he can evade the dominant because he can just eat his units also on in battle. But I know there's a lot more decks, presumably, from what I've heard, that can deal with Shiranui in like set 3 by the time of set 3. So we'll see how that plays out. Overall, it's been generally the same. We're seeing Leonorin pop up again here. I think that's mainly because of the new grade 1 that they got in set 3. We see Fembaro here, you know, showing up pretty strong, still praying to every god that we get this. We've been seeing the emergence of Messiah. I've been meaning to look into this. What's so good about Messiah? I don't know if it's because it specifically has a good matchup into like Varga or Shiranui or something like that. But Messiah for a good while now. This isn't like a new thing. Messiah for a good while, I want to say like all of 2024 has been cropping up and seeing a good amount of play, right? For whatever reason. Shiranui. I keep trying to say Shiranui. Luard's all the way over here, which is kind of funny. Raziel is down here as well, which is also funny. I feel like this would be higher if people maybe didn't play their whole hostage shenanigans and played the deck normally. Eva and Zorga are interesting ones that they're so low. I feel like they're extremely strong decks. I feel like they're stronger than these three, right? But I could be wrong about that. So interesting to look at. But let's see the cat. Sorry for change of pace. Let's play let's play some. I gotta get the extended versions of some of these select songs. We can play this because I only have like 2 of them in this playlist specifically.
Yeah, you go be Yu-Gi-Oh-ing.
But alright, let's take a look at some of these actual topping lists. So we'll go in reverse. So we got ourselves here top 16s. This is for teams for some events. I am too dumb and did not care enough to find out the actual event because it doesn't really matter per se, right? We're just looking results are results for the most part. And you know, we're seeing kind of some of the things that we'd expect, right? We see Shoujo Doji, it's all that was most played. Next to Shiranui, who of course is still played. We still see Eva. This looks like a crazy strong team here. These guys here, that's crazy strong, right? And also, right, in terms of like diversity cut, you got the chaos, and like in terms of like the power of these 3 decks, like that's pretty good. This is looking pretty solid as well. Fennel, love to see that. We got here this PBO list here, which is super interesting. Maybe we'll take a look at that one. I'm interested
in what they're cooking up, and mainly seeing if they got any of the
undercover stuff here. Where Word Alf or OBS. There we go. We're going to do this one, please. Let's go ahead and see real quick. Can you find the deck, please? Let's see what we got cooking here. Alright. Usual stuff. Only running 2 of this, which is interesting. I got Dog and got the grade 1 girl from set 3. Interesting. But none of the undercover stuff, which is interesting. Other than that, they do play the promo. I was gonna say they do not play the promo. Other than that, it's pretty standard stuff. Interesting that they're playing the Drilling Angel. I guess that kind of makes sense. What Overtrigger? Okay, they're playing the blue one. Okay, fair enough. I've seen people play like the red Overtrigger in PBO because you can like, I don't know how it works, but I think the idea is that since she gives him drive checks, you can check with him the red Overtrigger and then give it to this guy who's standing, and then I guess presumably you would get do drive checks on both attacks, but I don't know. I have to read the wording of the promo, but interesting nonetheless. And let's look at some of these Fembaro lists here. They've all relatively been playing the same stuff. I was messing around with this card from set 1 or 2 that has guard restrict that I really liked, but I haven't seen that in any of the lists. I've been seeing a lot of my gang from Paramagus here in Kragra and Self-Engraver. And then my other gang and Pandemonium Tactics over here. But yeah, it kind of looks like you'd expect. Interesting that they're running the purple Overtrigger. I guess that kind of makes sense. And I was playing also copies of these in the main deck, but doesn't seem like Japan is big on that, which is fine. I don't think that was super crazy, especially the grade 1. The grade 2 is okay, but the grade 1 is just a Jag Jewel clone. But Thought it was an easy way to get soul without having to worry about soul charging, which is what I was doing. Where most of these lists, they're focusing more on using soul charge, right? So that's why they got like the gun rams and like this stuff. But I was trying to avoid that, right? And just in deck. Fair enough. Miracle does not work. It definitely does work. I don't know what you're talking about. I built it and it worked for me. I'm not gonna say it's the strongest deck in all mankind, but it definitely works. Especially after Lyrical 4, it'll definitely work, I'll tell you what. That's interesting that they can get away with using this, because this is actually a Vispo exclusive one, so that's kind of cool. Which makes sense because all of these girls, all 3 of these girls here, they can call out their grade 1s on place, and then they can, each of the grade 1s put each of the grade 2s into soul. So yeah, this is a pretty strong variant of this deck, especially if you play this this order, which is for free. Look at top like 7 or 5 and add anything with Vispo, which is your entire deck. Look at top 7, add any card essentially for free, which is insane. So yeah, it's definitely a very strong variant of the deck. You definitely want to play a lot of these because he says like on place, take something from a drop, put it to soul. I don't remember what these 2 do, to be honest with each other. I know this one can counter charge, and this one with this one combine stuff, which is like, it gives you some removal, but yeah, pretty good. Hoping and praying again that we actually get this in English. If we get it for set 4, I guess that's fine. I'd like it as soon as possible. Honestly, I'd like it in set 3, but we'll see what we can do. Other than that, I think everything is relatively standard. I'm assuming the chaos list is going to be exactly the same as Japan usually plays it. Oops, wrong way, I'm sorry. Next, nothing crazy here, I don't think. Edric Jeweled, I don't think that's gonna be anything crazy. We got Zorga. Got some Blood, just 1 Vladimir, 1 Zorga. Junoi again. Arkwright is Arkwright. I feel like most of these, I don't think they're playing anything crazy off the top of my head, right? Like I can't expect anything wild. I feel like the list for these are gonna be pretty standard, but you know, we'll take a look. Let's take a look at this Arkwright list here. But I don't expect it to be anything too crazy. Yeah, pretty much what I expected, right? This is kind of wild. This is kind of wild, to be honest. So maybe it is kind of crazy. Because this is like the Griffogilio card that says like discard 1, and for each of your opponent's Vanguard's grade, this gets like +2 or gives someone +2. So I guess they use that with what? With this to add the card back to hand, and I guess this says, oh, it's probably because of this guy, because this guy says when he's discarded, you can counterblast. Does he have a restriction on like battle phase or anything like that? Translate. Yeah, we can look at the Dayusha one next. Cut a card from your hand during your turn. If you have 2 more research, counterblast 1, call this open to empty reroute circle. Yeah, so you can actually get multi-attacks with this guy. That's cute. Alright, never mind. I wrote this off. I wrote the list as just being like whatever, but no. They got a little bit of spice here. Well, I can appreciate that. But other than that, everything's pretty standard. This guy's really good. This promo guy. I'm not a fan of this guy, to be honest, but I can see it. I see the vision. But alright. Let's take a look at, oops, Dayusha is 2/6 Kyo. That is a V and not a C. That is a V again. 2/6 C V C. There we go. UH. The V and the C on my keyboard are actually worn out. I'm constantly doing copy and paste. take a look at this Dayusha list. So we got the Fright Height, which kind of makes sense because it searches out your Dayushas. We've got 4 copies of this, 4 copies of this, makes sense. 4 copies of this, 3 copies of this. Only 2. I feel like you should. Like maybe I don't know. Because this one you want to play 4, right? Because this is your like skip writer. This you don't really need as many copies of. I feel like you want to play more copies of this, because this, when you discard it, it goes to soul, so it makes this a little cheaper. But all right, they're playing 2 of this. That makes sense. They are playing draws. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, also playing Angel Ladder. Okay. And then play 0 of the dragon in main deck, which also makes sense. But yeah, I don't know if I would play as many of these. I feel like you can cut this, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I guess you don't really have a huge need for this, right? Because its other effects is just, it gets 2k. So it's kind of whatever. So I guess that kind of makes sense. So, fair enough. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. I'll check out the Charmant list a little later. Then we got some interesting stuff here. Let's take a look at this Kyrie list over here. 2T4Z. I'm meaning to build Kyrie since Lyrical set 4, but I never actually did. I say check the finale, but it'll make me depressed. Sure, I can take a look at that. So we got the what's your face ride line. Zoom in a little more, right? Yeah. We'll list the lines. We got the gem somewhere. Only 2 of these makes sense. We got 4 of the new girl from set 1, 4 of the new girl from set 4, 4 Stegria. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected the list to be, honestly. I'm trying to get away with not playing Eureka and Stegria, but it just makes so much sense, unfortunately. To be honest, why the fuck do they play Stegria? Hold on. That's so pointless. I guess they use it for a second effect is what they're doing it for, right? Yeah, okay, because I was kind of using it for that too, because they only play these 2 orders. So it's mainly just the, because she's placed that turn, so you can counterblast 1 draw, get 10k. So fair enough. But yeah, this is usually how Kyrie goes. I don't want to build it this way, because it's just 4 of every generic, or not generic, but it's just 4 of like, you know? So I feel like you can do a lot more, but I feel like this is the more standard way to build it, is I guess what I'm trying to say. Try the Chris Rain Kyrie thing? What do you mean? Staple dot deck, essentially, yeah. Which, not that there's anything wrong with that. I just feel like you can do a lot more with Kyrie. So that's what I wanted to try and do, but maybe I should just get out of my own ass and just play it how it works best, right? I mean, other than Keter, what do you expect? Vanilla list is, yeah, basically what I expected it to be. Red, yep. 15, yeah, so 4 and 4, interesting. 4, 4, 4. Basically, this is the set 2 list, which kind of makes sense. I would maybe cut one of these 2. I don't know. I don't really like playing Friendship Pink in Stegria. I feel like it's kind of whatever. Like, oh, you can bounce a PG, but I feel it's the kind of thing where like it's turning out to be like people just play it in the decks that they can play it, whether or not it's like worth it. But, I don't know. Works to some extent. What are you guys talking about? The hell are you guys talking about? You guys just making shit up? Yeah, everything else is kind of whatever. And then we got ourselves the first page here. Let's take a look at this Tamagura list real quick. Which is just 4 some of your stuff. Yeah, basically the list I have, except I'm not playing this, which is interesting because I'm playing an extra copy of this. So this is fine. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even if they go to Soul, you still get the 5k shield. Even if you want them to go to Soul, right? Or not the 5k shield, the 20k shield, or 10k, or whatever the fuck it is, right? So yeah, that's fine.
Christian turn 3, do Divine Skill right away, then ride grade 4 Kyrie? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? They replaced the Fleeting Shine with Defensive Roar. Also no Cabbage Dragon? Yeah, no. Totally, man, that stuff's too high roll. I feel like it doesn't add enough value to the deck, but I don't know. No idea, but that's apparently the thing. Like, you still need the other Kyrie, though. She only works, you only get the effect if you have Kyrie in Soul. So you would have to get her in Soul somehow. Yeah, there's no space, and it's just, you'd have to take stuff out, and I just feel like it, I don't know, it just, it makes the deck clunky, and it doesn't offer enough, in my opinion. Like, the token's nice, getting the dolls an extra 5k is nice, but you could also just play that double rare from set 13 that does the same thing, and it's free and continuous, and you don't have to play it every turn if that's what you want, to be honest. But I don't know. Thing instead of 4 of every doll. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to dissuade building a deck from how everyone else is building it, but it just makes more sense. I just feel like I just don't feel like it gives you enough value. Counterblast 1 also, like when you already counterblast 2 every turn. So, like I said, I'd rather play that grade 1. It has a little bit more synergy with the deck too, because you can like rush. But, I don't think there's anything else here to look at, unless you guys are interested or anything. Maybe we'll check out first place team here. Starting with Leonor, which I think I already saw this in the Discord. Actually, no, it's completely different. Wow, they actually play the broccoli. That makes sense, yeah. They play the fucking watermelon order. That's wild. Okay. Playing 3 fronts, yeah. Playing this. None of the promo. I could have swore the promo was really good. The one that like lets you call from drop. But none of those. I guess you just don't need that anymore. Does this call from drop? Is that why? I forget what she does, to be honest. I know she gets like 2k. But that's all I remember. I remember her being like fine. I think she was like better. She gets you an order. That's what it was. So when placed from your hand and not in battle, Energy Blast 3, choose an order that's not a Regalias or a unit that's grade 1 or lower and call it. Right, yeah. So she was like, what's her face? A slightly better. And then she gets 2k. It sucks that you only get one of the following, but it is what it is, I guess. Broccoli is the golden Leonard? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, yeah. Gotta say, I kind of like this list a lot. To be honest, it makes a lot of sense. I really like the like Gene Norn when you play the mask in it a lot too, but if I weren't playing that, I'd be playing this. Makes a lot of sense. Cool. And I guess we'll take a look at Shoulder Doji. I expect most of the list to be exactly the same, honestly. Not in like a bad way, I just feel like the list is the list, right? Yeah, so Shoujo line, this the promo, 4 of this, 4 of this, 4 of this guy, Zao. So some Forktail, yep. Basically what I expected. Interesting that they're playing a little less Forktails here, but yeah, makes sense. 4 draws. Cool. Makes sense. And the last one we'll take a look at is this Messiah list, real quick. 6 SK8
Fine. So yeah, sideline, yeah, because of this girl. Right. It's all because of this girl. Not the deck I think has been doing really good. Science pack. Yeah, this is basically the list I've been seeing. It's this girl, the promo at like 1 or something like that, and then this guy and stuff. Because they mainly use this to get their pieces, right? Because it's a piece reliant deck, so now they can very easily get their pieces. Promo here at 2, yeah. So this is basically the list that I've been seeing. I gotta get myself some copies of this promo. Otherwise, I can play this once I get my festival collection stuff, I guess. I think I need 1 more. No, I should have 4 of this. I should have 4 of this. I had a case of set 13, so we should be good. But yeah, I'll have to like build it maybe on CFA and see what's so good about. Because again, it's been popping off like all year. All of 2024, I've seen Messiah be a thing secretly in the background, but we'll see. All right. Last thing I have here is we have the English conference finally, because we just had, I think, our last BSF finally in Australia, so we can finally get a ban list. And you know, everyone's pretty sure Bushiroad's gonna be lazy and just give us the same thing as JP, which sucks because as we saw, it didn't do anything right. Supposedly now Shiranoi's falling off a little bit. I doubt it. That was just an outlier where it was matched up with Shoujo Doji. We'll see if Shoujo Doji is enough of a threat to balance things out. But just one deck making the best deck not be as played, I don't think is, you know, healthy. But this will be at these times. It will, of course, unfortunately, be if you're in the East Coast at 12 in the morning. So this will be next Friday, right? So it'll be Thursday night at midnight, right? But technically Friday at 12 in the morning. So maybe we'll talk about it. I wish these were a little. If it was this Friday, this Friday, I would have streamed it, honestly. But because it's next Friday, I have work the next day, so I don't think I will. It's dumb late. It's literally at midnight. But basically, you know, we should just get, for Vanguard wise specifically, we should just be getting confirmation of the date for not Lyrical. We already have the date for Lyrical. So the only thing we really should be getting is confirmation of set 4, right? That's the only thing we don't have. And probably set 5, because we already know when the deck sets are coming out. We know when Lyrical is coming out. We know when set 3 is coming out. So the only thing they can tell us is the dates for sets 4, which I think they gave us that already, right? They did give us that. Never mind. So yeah, they just have to tell us set 5's date, and then they're just gonna regurgitate the stuff that we already know from the Japanese broadcast. But yeah, the only new information will be the ban list, which will be copy and paste from the Japanese side, and then the date for set 5, which is gonna be really telling, because right now I believe set 4 comes out in October, like the end of October. So we have nothing in November, nothing in December, and we have the deck set in January. So they have, in all of 2024, we've got a product been released every single month, at least one product every month. So this means they might finally break that at the end of the year, or maybe they'll make up a product. Who knows? I don't think they're gonna magically release an English exclusive product, because, you know, they just don't do that for us. But we'll see. Freeze me until January? Yeah. Okay, I'm sure the winter will do that for you. But we'll see what they have to say. So yeah, just keep your expectations real. It's just gonna be confirmation of set 5 and the ban list from Japan. That's it. If we get something new, like either the ban list is new or we get something more into that, I'll be shocked. Mass gifts. I guess that was exclusive to English, right? So who knows? Maybe we'll get some crap like that. We'll see. Honestly, I hope not. That would be very disappointing. Oops. Yeah, so usually I'll try and spend some time speculating, but there's just really nothing. 'Cause it's the English side, and, we don't get anything. But alright, I think we'll start winding down here. So reminder, no stream Thursday. Go do whatever you want. If you celebrate 4th of July, I guess. If you don't, have a chill Thursday. I'll be back Tuesday. We'll talk over the Bruce and the Friendship Punk Girls support that they reveal, and anything else. I think it'll be a light news day. We'll see. And then we'll also talk about the card lists for the Stride deck sets, as well as the Raziel and Vladimir support. And we can talk about the anime too. So big stream next Tuesday. All that to say. But until then, you can check out the Discord. In the meanwhile, I'm trying to see if we can do a some locals. So this nice little casual-ish tournament this Saturday. Trying to set that up. See if I can get a couple of people in on that. I've ensured that everyone will have fun by banning Shiranui and Luard from being played. Which just means we're gonna see a bunch of Varga probably, but we'll see. So hopefully it'll be a good time. You guys want to check that out. But in any case, I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Hope you guys have a good week. If you're taking the time off, please enjoy it. And if not, I'm sorry. I hope you're doing well either way. But until next time, if you guys are having a good morning, afternoon, evening, or whatever, take care of yourselves and each other. Play Vanguard and have yourselves a damn good one. Later.